Hello, good morning. I'm going to need you to make sure that you speak up because we have a lot of things going on here. Mr. Wolf, you're going to have to be moved down to the end. So if you'll wait to talk to your client once we're off the record, or if one of the attorneys finish speaking to their client, okay? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 7562, State of Texas versus Jeremy Ray Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Adam Coons for Mr. Garcia.
And are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And
Yes.
did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, ma'am, we are, Judge.
We're on the record. All right. We are on the record. Counsel, I'm sorry, Mr. Garcia, showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right. Did you understand you're charged with theft of a firearm? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application of deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do believe.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes and yes.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea, state recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 712-934, 716, 716. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and no harmful or injurious contact with Alicia Gonzalez. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments.
We reviewed them and have no objections, Your Honor.
All right. And with regards to the no harmful or injurious contact with Alicia Gonzalez, she's aware of what's happening and that is what she's requesting?
Well, ma'am, another prosecutor's spoken to her, and based on the notes in JD, it seems to be what she is requesting, Judge.
All right. Thank you. You may be excused to continue to confer.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, obviously, we're requesting you follow this plea bargain. He made a terrible mistake a couple of years ago when he needed some money. He was in a downtime in his life. He has several small children. And he's very apologetic and is very grateful for this opportunity. I've explained to him how important it is to successfully do everything on probation, and that if he does well, that there's a potential that his probation could be terminated early. He understands that. He is looking forward to getting back with his family. He has been in custody this current time for about 2 months already. So he's looking forward to getting back and going back to work and trying to help support them.
All right. Is there anything you want to say?
Just that I am grateful for this opportunity. I just really miss my kids, so
Well, it's your fault.
yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 4 years deferred adjudication, no harmful or injurious contact with Alicia Gonzalez. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 712934, 716716. Are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
Doing what?
We put in office supplies for call centers.
Okay. So nothing like before.
You're not going to gun shops or anything like that, are you?
Oh no, I was installing security cameras at the time.
So I'm assuming nobody's using you to install security cameras anymore.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. Field visits. 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation, if there are no issues, then you can discontinue field visits or as you deem them to be. There should be 80 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you completed the parenting classes, then your community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from me?
No, ma'am.
Nobody requested a theft course, so I'm going to give you your theft course. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. If you're taking something, you need to pay for it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we can go off the record from here on out. You need to be trying to make your children proud of you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.